What's going on, everybody? Oh, something's going wrong here. Camera not wanting to work. Hold on a minute. All right. What's going on? Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, Froggy. Ribbit, Ribbit. We got Jungle Bob. How's everybody doing tonight? I was just over at Crystal's live stream. I know everybody from there should be coming over here soon. I didn't even have a chance to send out the invites yet. Hey, Renegade. Renegade, I've been working on that car all day long and still ain't be able to get it with that check engine lights out. Pull the intake manifold off again, and nope. Now I've got a different code, and that's driving me crazy trying to figure it out. P2017. That's the code and everything I'm getting on it now. I looked it up. Yeah, only reason she did that is with everything that's been going on with all the trolls and everything. I've got a code reader. I went over to um, O'Reilly's last night and got one. Um, and it's trying to clear it. And the last time I tried, it said no codes, but yet check engine light was still on. So I don't know. Like I said, I have tried and tried, and I don't know what else is going to take. Hey, Bill. There's William. How you doing? Appreciate you guys coming in. But right now, I've got the car sitting out there, and batteries off or disconnected, and I've got the PCM disconnected. That's been sitting out there for over an hour now. I'll go out there after the stream is over and see what it does. Yeah, it's still saying with the intake manifold. Yeah, William. Reason on that is because been having a lot of trolls and everything. There was a channel last night that they were getting bombed big time. I mean, it's like every 2-3 seconds they were having someone come in that was a troll, and I mean they were typing a certain word letter by letter and everything, and then they were commenting other things on there. It's like, wow. There's Shelly. Yep. And there's Bren. Hey, y'all should have been putting on there Steel Sky Raid like what I did. Uh, William, I've done that before, and that still won't do it. Like I said, I've got the battery disconnected, and I've got the PCM disconnected on it. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I've gone in there, um, redone, like I said, the intake manifold. Um, I mean, hell, I even disconnected the wire harness from the control solenoid, that runner solenoid, and it was still same damn code, P2 017. Hey, Lorna. Hey, Arnie. Uh, Send it to you, Arnie. It's an '09 Dodge Caliber. I know one thing. Now I can get the. Yeah, it's just giving that code and the check engine lights on. And the thing about it is, Saturday was the last day for the tag on it, so I gotta get that check engine light to go out. So get it over, get it inspected and tagged. I don't have the key turned on when I disconnect the battery. Well, for $42, it wasn't all that bad. We got Arnie on here.
I made her.
Hey, Arnie.
Yeah.
Renegade, check your email. I sent you the link.
Hi, Shelly. Hi, Bill. Hi, Renegade. Mm.
But I mean, I've still got the other solenoid that was on there before all this came on. I could try changing that one out.
Hi, pretty
I
much.
don't know. Yeah. Like I said, this thing is. Yeah, I might have to get the right scan tool, but those things are not cheap. That's the only thing there. And now there's that one, like I said, I saw that video that South Main Auto he wound up doing, and he was actually able to get the that solenoid to sit there and toggle, and he was able to check uh, the power going to it and everything. William, I've been doing that. I've been looking. Bill, it's a '09 Dodge Caliber 2.0. Now, the P2004 is not coming up, which is intake manifold runner. Hey, Lates. So right now the code is P2017, which is something else. Yeah, well, that's what I've been trying. I mean, it gives me the option where I can erase the code and everything. It'll do it. It'll say, okay, sent, come back and pop back up. And what it's saying is there's something in the wiring harness. I've checked all that stuff and I don't see anything wrong. And believe me, like I said, I'm about ready to go find me a Abrams and say target practice time. Either that or go hunting for the. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I'm trying to. I thought it was because I wound up doing last night and everything, or yesterday, as far as what was causing that code now. And nope. I don't know. I'm gonna take that solenoid and everything off, and that's that new one I just got through getting, and I'll put the old one back on and hook everything back up and try it. I mean, trust me, I'm doing what everybody is suggesting and trying and everything. But I mean, it's the fact that, like I said, most of the shops and everything around here, they want $500-600 just to even hook the thing up and diagnose it, and then you'll need more than that just to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And I don't have that kind of money. Now, if someone out there has got one of those code readers or scanners that would do something like what South Main Auto's got, be willing to send it to me and let me borrow it so I can figure this stuff out, I'd send it back to them and do a video and do a shout out and everything. But I don't have the money to buy one of those. I don't remember what it was South Main had, but like I said, he was able to go in there and he was actually able to tell that solenoid to check to see how much power and everything. Hey, Maritza.
Hi, Maritza.
Yeah, well, if I had someone that talked me through it and everything, I'd be able to learn and know how to use one. The biggest problem is even a AutoZone or Raleigh's, they don't have one of those that you can go out there, one of those tools to rent. Where you can just borrow them, put a deposit down, take it back, and get your money back once you return it. I mean, I know one of the most expensive. Yes, I'm going to go to Harbor Freight. Okay, let's see what they've got. I know they've got one similar to it. Like Altel. Oh, I thought they did. I know that. Okay, they've got those Zerk ZR15S Fix Assist. Let me look at the stuff on it. Oh, that one's got a nice little 6-foot cable. Let's see. Perform bidirectional testing on engine and like brake system. 96 newer OBD2. It's got 3.5-inch color screen. It's read and clear engine codes light. Read, record, and playback live data. Hey, Emily. 329, say $330. It says it's compared to the Snap-on EECR5 at $455.
Leila, you got the hiccups.
Well, they got another one. Now they got. Let me put this one up. They got this one. $800. That one. It's not saying what it's comparable to. But it looks like it might be Bluetooth set up with stuff that they've got. And it definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Which is what I'd have to get. Yeah, definitely a Bluetooth one. But $800, I don't have that. Yeah, where would I get one of those at? What, off of eBay? Let's see what. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I can get the launch X431 bidirectional. That's 409. Now, what's really it's the same thing here. 197. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they got launch X40 431. I'm not gonna read everything, but 1329. They got one for. We got a X431 V Pro 5. Yep, 400. Yeah, $450. That's about $420 more than what I've got enough to spend.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. Because right now I got to pay $150 to be able to keep my butt out of jail. Got the damn fine and everything for the grass because I wasn't able to get out there and mow it and everything. And yeah, they hit me up for that, and so I got to get that paid off. That's $150 a month. So right now I'm definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place. Either getting the car fixed or keeping my butt out of jail. And the car is the only thing we've got besides the bike. And I can ride the bike, Crystal can't. Like I said, someone I knew out there that had one of those scanners, an extra one just sitting around or not doing anything with it. They wanted to send it to me, let me borrow it so I could be able to get the car fixed. Like I said, I've been wanting to do a video and everything, do a shout out, and I'd send it right back to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't have the money to go and buy one. I mean, I wish I had the money, but nope. And I got an email from Harbor Freight that said, "Thank you for your application, but we decided to go with somebody else."
Oh,
I can't even get on with Harbor Freight.
that stinks.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty bad when I can't even get to working for Harbor Freight. I know, I hate that.
Of course, another factor too is age. My dad went through the same process.
Yeah, I think right now I think what I'm actually going to retry. I had a problem, but I'm going to uh see about getting to work for Wiley World over here because they're needing uh, order takers. So, for past several months, Crystal and I, we've been doing online order, so you get someone going around and they pick everything for you.
Yeah. Of course, with me, I'd rather pick my own meat, not that where someone else picks it for you.
Oh yeah. Uh, no, I haven't. William, I haven't. I never heard of that channel. Yeah, I watch about 5 or 6, and for that particular code, yeah, it's saying for that solenoid. Like I said, the only thing I haven't tried is putting the old one back on. Cause like I said, what I got on there right now is a brand new one. Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Well, I'll look for it and everything. But like I said, I'm surprised I got any hair left because I'm, with the way this thing is acting. I mean, I found a little push mower and everything off of Marketplace I can go get that's real cheap. I think about $30 for it. The only problem is, got no way of going and getting it.
Hi,
Sorry about
Crystal.
that.
No problem.
Mm. Yep. Hello, everybody in chat. I was talking backstage, so we kind of got caught up.
William, I have changed. This is going to be, okay, almost 3 years ago, I changed out the intake manifold with solenoid, the runner solenoid. And then about a month and a half ago, the check engine light comes on, and that was the code. I pulled the intake manifold off. I changed out the intake manifold gasket, put everything back on, ordered that um, uh, solenoid. Crystal drove up to Oklahoma and back. The check engine light still didn't go out.
Hey,
I
Bill.
put the new solenoid on. I went for a drive, last week or week before. That was about 150 miles round trip, and it still didn't make it go out.
Yep.
Well, that's something that I could use. Probably one of those bidirectional. Like I said, for being limited funds, it's kind of hard to be able to buy something and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not running rough.
No.
It's never run rough at all. It's
Yep.
always run nice and smooth. It's not using up a lot of gas or anything.
except for the light being on, it's not any different than when you bought it off the lot. Then it
Yeah.
has been for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Thinking of
That's
check,
right.
thinking of check engine, could the gas cap be loose?
If it was a gas cap, it would be given a different code.
Yeah, because with my car, it says check engine and means the gas cap is loose.
Yeah. Well, the gas cap is tight and everything, but this is saying it's electrical. That's something dealing with the intake manifold. And like I said, I've checked all that stuff, and nope. I've got everything hooked up the way it's supposed to be. I said, later tonight, provided it doesn't rain, it'll take me a light and everything out there, and I'm gonna see about putting that old solenoid and everything back on, hooking everything back up, hooking the battery, hooking the computer back up,
Hey, Brand.
and start. Won't start up, but I'll put hook the scanner up to it, turn the ignition on, and see what the scanner has to say. Probably going to be saying the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up earlier. I looked it up here on my phone. Oh. Because P2004 is the code for intake manifold runner stuck open bank 1. Okay? I'm not getting that at all. All right, on this, it says P2017 code indicates an issue with your intake manifold system. This specific description of intake manifold runner position sensor switch circuit high. This means there's an abnormal high voltage. The powertrain control module has noted in the position sensor of the manifold airflow control device. So that's what the 17 is saying. It's a switch circuit high.
Oh, my phone's ringing. I left it in the other room.
Mm.
All right. Well, I looked on here. Hey, what are some of the causes? Okay, issues with connectors are likely the most common cause. Include damaged, disconnected, corroded, or shorted wiring. Okay, that wiring harness, it's the main thing that does, about everything. Hey, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
So, not only is that wiring harness part of the, the control, it also does the throttle position or throttle body. It does injectors. It does the coils. There's about 7 or 8 different sensors. It's also part of the alternator. It's part of the starter. No telling what else as far as what that thing is. I might just have to go out to a junkyard, find one, and pull it off of that. That might be what I might have to do. It says there may be other problems, including concerns with the vacuum lines, the issue of position sense, switch or sensor, carbon deposits, which I've cleaned those.
Mm-hmm.
It says, or even a failing PCM.
Oh,
And yeah, I looked, and I even looked again today, and I don't see any corrosion on it. I was even going back checking some of the other wiring. I did find one ADC,
IDC.
Hey, girl.
but there was one that was on the up by the firewall. I pulled it off, just a single blade, and there was some corrosion on that. Cleaned it, stuck it back.
I'm on the cord. There we go.
Well, I can try it. Don't know if anything like that'll work or not, but like I said, that code was coming up with it even disconnected from that solenoid. So it's got to be something else, because in fact, it's saying the code with and without that wiring being hooked up to that runner solenoid. So it's something else. Where it's at, I don't know. And I have no way of telling. I mean, only thing I can think of is get out there with ignition on and check with my multimeter to see how much power and everything. It's a hatchback SUV, so there's no trunk. Like I said, exactly where the problem is, I don't know. No, I haven't. No, it's in my Caliber. I don't have the truck anymore. And I've tried clearing the code, and it won't work. Yeah, '09 Dodge Caliber. Wish Turbo Tom was here. Mark, it got repoed several months ago. Because now going on a year since I've actually had a job in order to pay for anything. That's why the truck and the trike both got repoed. Let's see something.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Like I say, it's because haven't had a job, and that's why. No, I haven't. Mark, I have not been working for a year because of um,
Stomach issues.
health issues. Yep. Okay.
Sorry for the crinkle, guys.
Right, well, I know I sent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what else to do.
All data.
Because Turbo Tom works at a Dodge dealership.
No, DC, he's already done a disconnect on it, and we're going to see. Sometimes it'll do a hard reset on everything, but sometimes it won't.
Now, the thing is, Renegade, Tom still works at a Dodge dealership. He's still employed there.
Yeah. Because you haven't worked for a minute, Tom does have some of the newer stuff that's up to date. Mm. Here you go, sweetheart. Right there. Okay, well, I don't know because I don't know when they started making them and everything. Ignition kickback. Huh. Sometimes not.
Like I said, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to get it figured out. I don't know what all it's going to take.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have. I don't even know if O'Reilly's has got a high-end uh, loaner tool or high-end scanner loaner. Let me see what they've got. I know I looked the other night and it's like,
Hey, Jungle
hey,
Bob.
Jungle Bob.
Hi, Jungle Bob.
Fuse
Uh, there's no fuse for the ECM. I've got the ECM totally disconnected right now. Now O'Reilly's, they've got Alltel service tablet, $530. Yeah, no.
Not even on your best day.
I got the Alltel TPMS display tablet service tool, $729. Oh, here you go. Now this one here that Renegade probably say, yeah, it'd work. The Bosch scan tool, $12,519. We got an Innova OBD2 tablet, $600. We got another Autel scan tool. I can't even get that one. It's not free pickup, not available. Delivery not available. So I can't even see about getting that to $189. Then since the terminals, say Autel OBD2 bidirectional diagnostic scanner. Yeah, 2,049. Then they got the one that scanner and TPMS tool for 2,300. Yeah, ain't going that route. That's the only problem. That's why for me, I wouldn't mind going and finding an older vehicle that's not all computer control, like go back to something like in the late 70s, early 80s. I ain't got to worry about it. Ain't no gonna be no check engine light on or anything like that. They ain't got to have a computer on there telling you anything. Nice carbureted. And right now, something like that wouldn't even have to go through emissions, just safety. Let me go back and see if I can find another first gen Dodge truck. No, I'm not getting a Grand Prix. I mean, a Grand Prix. If I get something, it's definitely going to be with a Dodge. Yep, that's the way I'm feeling. In fact, what was that one? No, I'm not getting a Toyota. I'm not going to be like Briggs.
Briggs has everything, so.
Man, I was looking. I forget what year it was. I did find like a late 80s, early 90s Dodge truck.
Lay down. I just got onto the dog, so she's not happy with me.
Ah.
Will?
That was a nice looking nitro. Oh, it's got one problem with it I can see.
Me
It's
too.
black.
Me too, DC. I would love to have an inline six again. Yeah. I honestly could deal with a black vehicle, even in this Texas heat and summer. I would find a way to work.
Yep.
You know, your mom has an appointment at 8:30 in the morning. We go out there at 7 o'clock, open everything up.
Yeah, William, I even did that for almost a minute, and I still didn't do anything. Could always see if I can find me a, say, an 81 Dodge Club Cab, slant six in it.
I'd take a van.
Yeah, could always get one of the vans. No, the thing is, the reason I say on the truck is a lot easier to work on the engine, slant six, than the, I mean, hell, we can get one 318 in it. That would be worth it.
I have nothing to say on that, Mark, because I've never dealt with them. I had a Toyota Camry. That's the other one. Oh.
And Pepe Le Pew. Hey, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah.
Now she's supposed to say, Steel Sky Raid.
It's all good.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, I mean, they did have a 2012 Dodge Caliber on there, but it was black.
Yeah. I don't care.
Yep. Yeah, well, Mark, one thing you also got to consider is that Crystal is not vertically challenged, for sure.
It was a 99 or 96. But, Mark,
Yeah.
I'm 6'1". Getting in and out of that was a little bit of a pain. Just a little bit.
Yeah, she doesn't have as much of a difficulty getting in and out of mine compared to hers. Yeah, but you had a Honda Civic.
No. Yeah, that was the one I had when I moved down here. I used to have a Camry. I'm talking about the Toyota Camry with him. Oh no!
That's not good.
Good.
No. Hi, Renegade. I'm gonna do some more work on it tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, an Accord would be a good beater car, but that the Accords and Civics, anything that is where the seat is less than knee high, that's a pain for me to get in and out of.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, I need to find something that, like I said, that's why I want to look at some of the older vehicles. You know, I'll see what all I can find. Matter of fact, that's something I have not done. It was looked on Facebook Marketplace here in town.
Mm.
Well, don't need a Challenger. Well, someone's got a, they say regular cab, but it shows a 4-door. They're wanting 1,400 for an O2. Yeah, right.
What's right with it?
So it's got 174,000 miles on it. O2 Dodge Ram 4.7 V8. Runs it needs engine. Engine work. Clean title in hand. Well, I know South Main, he was doing a video on one, and it had, or was that Kenny? Anyways, I wound up watching a video and had a 4.7 in it. It was South Main. And number four cylinder, there was a problem with it. And didn't have a, there was, a lot of stuff that you would normally think, it misfire and everything, it wasn't there. Come to find out, the cam follower for number four exhaust had fallen out. That's all it was. Snapped it back in, put everything back together, started up, ran fine. I mean, the 4.7, I know there's problems with it, but there's other vehicles also.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at all these. But someone, yeah, here's a '09 Dodge Nitro. They want $3,500 for it.
Yep. DC, I had one. I have no problem. I had an 83 Ford F-150. The only thing I ever had to do on it was I changed out my brother's, gave my brother my starter because mine was only like a year and a half old. And then we took his starter in and got me another starter. And then I took mine in and got the money back for for it. I never had to do anything on it for the 5 years I had it.
Damn. Someone's got an '03. But it's supposed to be a 2,500, which makes a 3/4 ton. Crew cab. They're wanting $900 for it. They had it listed, says 25 weeks ago in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
That needs work on the motor. Did catch fire in the firewall. Needs a heater core. I looked at some of the pictures and everything on it. I can't tell if it is a 3/4 ton or not. But they got part of the dash and everything all taken apart. Well, they're not showing where the fire was, but the interior, that could be a 4.7. I can't tell.
I'm back.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Did I hear someone they got a '07 Nitro for wanting $1,500 for it? Runs and drives, no AC. So it needs an AC compressor and battery. Interior doesn't look all that bad.
Hi, Sarah.
I held them together, touch positive and negative, for about a minute. I don't have them that way right now. That's mainly because the computer's even disconnected, so that wouldn't even do anything. Everything I'm looking at is so much newer. Nobody's got any old stuff around. Wish I could find something like that. Oh, I know who I can get a hold of. No, I'm not getting a Toyota. I've already said that. Oh.
God wants to know about using your mom's car.
It's going to take quite a bit of work just trying to get it up and going. Probably take more money getting it fixed going than the caliber. Besides, I can get in and out of the caliber a lot easier. Uh, Same way with Crystal. Well, Briggs, that's fine. That's you. Okay. I like my Chrysler product. That's all I'm going to stick with. And no matter what you say, you're not going to get me to drive anything else except for a Harley.
Now, if I'm the
That's
one paying for it, that's a whole nother thing.
If you're the one paying for it, you're the one driving it, not me. That's the thing. If I'm buying it, it's going to be a Dodge or a Chrysler or a Plymouth. It's still going to be a Mopar. Like the old saying goes, Mopar or no car. Well, it's not on the road right now because I'm trying to figure out what the hell's wrong, why I keep getting that code coming up. If you want to come over here and tell me with a scanner, I'd be glad to get it back on the road. Then I can get started on maybe getting my truck up on the road. That's the thing. I don't know what's wrong with it, Briggs. I've been trying for about a month to try and figure out why I've had the code and what it's going to take to get it fixed. I've done what parts houses have said, and that ain't working. I did. If you were in here earlier, I spent $42 over at O'Reilly's last night, bought one, and it will not clear the one code. There's one code that's coming up, and it will not clear it.
Yeah. Meter, do you have a,
2017. And it's saying it's a electrical issue going to it. The PCM is reading a high electrical.
Meter, do you have a good mechanic that you could refer to or whatever?
Yeah, about $600.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the thing. $600 is what I could take it over to my local shop over here where I called them and told them what was going on. And they said, yeah, do a diagnostic and everything, looking at about $600. They already know what the problem is. I said, well, so we got to charge you all that just for our end.
Tell Scott the code again.
so you just can't call them on the phone and they can tell you what it is.
Nope. That's the problem. And like I said, I can find scanners that would wind up doing all that stuff. I just don't have the money to go and buy one. Yeah, well, DC right now, it's easy, but I can't do something like that because, one, I haven't had a job in over a year, so it's kind of hard to be able to go and get something like that. I've changed the gasket. Again, and it's not saying P2004, which is intake manifold runner stuck open bank 1, which is what it was saying.
And what type of vehicle is it?
09 Dodge Caliber.
Because I have a mechanic and I'll mention it to him, see if he would have any idea.
All right, but the 17 is saying electrical. It's not idling high. If it was a cracked manifold or gasket leaking, it would idle real high and everything, and it's not. It's idling below 1,000. And that's that brand new manifold that I wound up buying, putting on there almost 3 years ago. Hey, DC, if you know where I can go get a car for about $50, and some kind of beater like that, let me know. That's about all I can afford. $50 to $100.
Yeah.
Because right now, that's about the only thing we can afford. And just spending $100 to go get the car. Once I got that code and everything cleared, check engine light out, it's $100 just to get the car legal again. And that's basically going to leave us with nothing till the end of the month again. Because yeah, right now the only money we got coming in is what is coming from my mom, and that's it. And I've tried finding a job, and like I said, what pisses me off is I get that letter, the email from Harbor Freight saying, "Thank you, but no thanks. We've gone with somebody else."
Yeah.
Like I said, that's bad when I can't even get to working for Harbor Freight. Well, I could try. I wouldn't mind having a Caravan or a Voyager. I
Hmm.
had a couple of those. One of them was a lemon, the other one wasn't.
Yep. I've ridden it. I've driven Caravans and Astro. Bob, if it was a manifold leak, then it would be um, it'd be saying that, and it would be idling a lot higher. It's not. Like I said, I've already checked. Yeah, gas tank ain't gonna be nothing to replace on that.
No, and I even went around and sprayed card cleaner all the way around it. And if it was idling, if there was an intake manifold gasket leaking or cracking the manifold, then that would have made the RPMs go up. Nope.
Good, Sarah. Maybe you can get some sleeps in.
Well, they're going to take a little bit of a cat nap, and they'll be up running about.
And I think Layla's still sleeping in the kitchen on that bag.
I don't blame her. They like plastic bags for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I did do, I looked up Dodge. I didn't look up anything for a Chrysler.
Oh, that's weird. The tab lit up and went off.
Intake manifold position sensor.
It ain't that. That's 2000. That's a P2004. This specific description of intake manifold runner position sensor switch circuit high means there's an abnormally high voltage that the PCM has noted in the position sensor of the manifold airflow control device. And that solenoid is brand new. Okay? What I plan on doing is, Greg, you're not the only one. I've been looking at all that stuff early this afternoon. Um, it wouldn't be, if it was a voltage regulator, that would be the charging system, and I'm not having a problem there. Um, but anyways, what I plan on doing is going out there, like I said, after the stream, hook the battery and everything back up, the PCM. I'm gonna put that other solenoid back on, one that was actually on there before all this started happening. and see what it does. All right, what'd you find, DC? All right, then I guess that means, like I said, I gotta go. Thank you, Bob. I said I'll try putting on the other solenoid, the one that was on there. Like I said, that one I just got through buying. Would I spend about $38 on it?
Something like that.
But I do know that they've had problems with it. Not only there's about 3 or 4 different vehicles that intake manifold goes on, including there's a was it Jeep Patriot?
That's one you said, yeah.
Yeah. And I think the Compass. But yeah, like I said, there's more than just one. Not only Dodge Caliber.
Remove the IMRC motor, take off the round intake hose from air box, as well as smaller hose that goes to valve cover and the plastic part of the air box that goes across the battery.
Well, that's all been taken off. Yeah, I know that's something else, and that's something else I'd have to look into. Is wiring harness. But like I said, that wiring harness, it does a lot. I mean, none of that wiring harness goes to the control valve. Else does the throttle body. It does the injectors. It does the coils. There's about 5 or 6 different other little solenoids or whatever it goes to. Yeah, I can drive it. I drove it over to O'Reilly's last night. With that light and everything on.
Bob, why do you want to borrow me to come run your shop?
That way he can come over here and help me on the car. Hey, that sounds like a good swap. I send Crookle over there to do your stuff. You can come over and help me on this. The only problem that I've got is that closest junkyard I know that's got one is all the way up in Dallas. And they've got about 6 or 7 of them up there. But you got to pull the intake manifold off because a lot of that wiring also goes to the alternator. It also does the starter.
Okay, so you tell me how much you charge, and I hand you the money, and that's it.
Yeah, well, Greg's, like I said, I'd drive the car up there if I didn't know, providing that the car, I didn't get pulled over for expired inspection or tags. Yeah.
No,
Well, DC,
I like that.
Yeah, well, the only problem is down here, even if that light wasn't on, they're going to hook it up in their computer and everything for the inspection. They go, oh, check engine lights on. Bob, if she takes in money, you might not get any.
Still ordering parts. You're going to be waiting a couple of months to get them anyway.
Yeah, well, we have to have, that here for the inspection for tags. And Saturday was the last day for driving the vehicle legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, she managed it all right. Managed to how much yarn she could be able to buy.
No.
I'll still buy Dodge or buy a Harley or I'll build something of my own. DC, I can't. That's the thing. I can't afford to pay a mechanic around here to do it. Like I said, last place I checked, they wanted $600, and that was just doing a diagnostic and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if I knew what the problem was, well, Briggs, someday you'll learn that that's all I'm going to buy. That I'm not interested in a rice burner. Yes, I've worked on them. I know how they operate. Am I interested in them? No. And like I said, it doesn't matter the
Private
manufacturer.
chat.
There's going to be something that's wrong. I know. Briggs, no, it's not. And you're on the verge of getting timed out. So lay off on that. But I don't care what manufacturer it is, there's some that always have problems. It doesn't matter what manufacturer it is. I mean, I was watching a video, and they were trying to figure out on it was a Chevy, and they're trying to figure out what was wrong. Why was I hate that. Why the engine had a tick to it. Fiat owns Dodge right now. Yeah, Dodge got bought out by, it's not Fiat, but it's a conglomeration.
Fiat's parent company.
Yeah. But no, they were, like I said, they were doing trying to figure out what was going on. And, yeah, like I said, it was a Chevy engine. Roller lifter had basically come apart, and parts of that roller with the bearings and everything were down in the engine. So it wiped out the camshaft, wiped out the lifter bore, everything. So basically, pull the engine out, put a new one in. All because one little part went bad. And that was on a Chevy. So how much is that? How much is that one part? What you can probably buy that one lifter for about $20. That $20 part just cost you $1,500 to $2,000, if not more than that.
In labor.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about parts. I mean, how much would another engine cost? Plus part, plus labor, pulling the old one out, putting another one back in.
Mm-hmm.
Probably looking at about $5,000 or $6,000 for all that. But like I said, I can check around, see if I've got a more closer um, uh,
I am too.
junkyard.
DC.
Yep. Like I said, I'm gonna check tomorrow, see if I can find a junkyard closer. That's got one. I got no idea how long it's gonna take to try and swap all that out. But I guarantee you, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to pull the intake manifold and everything back off of it because where some of those sensors and everything are up underneath, they're up underneath it. You got no access to any of that. Like I said, that's going to starter. It's going to, I mean, unless I find a way, now I can't even separate because it's all going to that one wire harness. It might have been. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it was. All I do know is that the 1.8, 2.0, and 2.4, they're all basically the same. The only difference is, um, yeah, probably. But anyways, yeah, the only difference in them is bore and stroke, but they're all basically the same engine. I mean, it's a dual overhead cam. Um, I know there's an intake, constant, variable speed, and everything. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, I mean, all I know is that for now the caliber, it actually replaced Dodge Neon. But yeah, Stellantis, yeah. I remember all their companies underneath that one, underneath that one corporation. But what was it? Toyota? They have problems with their accelerator pedal being stuck, all because of electronic, because it went to electronic control. You know, Honda's had problems. So does Nissan. You know, they all have problems. I mean, hell, look at uh, Kohler on that Kohler Courage. Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep up with all the new ones like that. But like I said, Kohler decided to come out with that Kohler Courage. And they found out, oh, good idea, bad design, it's screwing up, we're going to change it. Yeah, most everything nowadays is made overseas. No, it's not the CVT transmission, which that's what I've got on the Caliber. I like it. It's variable speed, a variable valve timing on the cam. What exactly that means, I don't know. I know there's one intake sensor and there's an exhaust. Those actually go inside the head. And the intake, you got the intake actually on the intake side, you got the exhaust on the other side. That's what I'm thinking it's got. But exactly where it's at, I don't know. Um, that's a lot to have to start pulling apart and everything. True, it is, you know, the transmission, yeah. I mean, but CVT, that's the same thing like what they've had on mini bikes for years, and everybody likes them. I know everybody, you know, is constantly saying, "Oh, I gotta have that." Take that regular clutch and everything off, put a CVT setup on it. Well, you gotta consider Briggs. You got GM and cahoots with uh, different other car manufacturers. Same with Ford. I mean, think about it, Ford owns Mazda. So if you're going to buy a Mazda, you're buying a Ford. You're not buying Mazda anymore. It's all Ford. And what they're doing over in Japan is they're basically building you know, something that says Mazda, but it's made to Ford, saying, okay, uh, Honda, I think, is about the only Japanese car that's 100% made here in the United States. It might be the same as the Suzuki. I don't know. I know like I said, the Geo Tracker and Suzuki Samurai, they were both, it was the exact same vehicle, different badging.
Yeah, it's like mom had a Plymouth Caravan, dad had a Dodge Reliant. Same thing.
No, Reliant
Yeah,
was, no.
we had to order Dodge parts for the Caravan.
Okay, Dodge Caravan, yes. The Plymouth
Plymouth,
Reliant was a
the Plymouth Caravan van, the Voyager, I guess.
yeah, Plymouth Voyager, yeah.
Okay,
That's the same.
we had to get Dodge parts for a Plymouth vehicle.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's the same manufacturer.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all they were made basically in the same plant, but depending upon the trim, depending upon if it was a Dodge or a Plymouth.
Hmm.
Sheet metal was all the same. Everything was the same except trim package. You got to consider the fact that Dodge is your mid and Plymouth is your lower, so nothing different.
It didn't matter. It was used anyway.
Yeah. But, if you want to go back and look, back to the 60s even, 60s and 70s, you can take parts from a Chrysler and put onto a Dodge. I mean, Chrysler, the 318 is a 318. It doesn't matter if it's Chrysler, Dodge, or Plymouth.
Yeah, car I have is a Chrysler Town Country.
Yeah. Chrysler Town and Country, the Dodge Caravan, the Plymouth Voyager, it's the same vehicle, but the trim on them are different.
Yeah.
The Chrysler Town and Country is got more, is your luxury one. The Dodge Caravan is your mid, and the Plymouth is basically just a grocery, go-getter.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really different between them.
Yeah, the front might be different, taillights might be different, stuff like that.
Taillights are going to be the same. They're all going to be the same. The only difference is you might have leather interior, seating in a Town and Country where you're going to have cloth in a Voyager. And you might have power windows in a Town and Country where you're going to have manual roll-up on a Voyager.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, sheet metal's all going to be the same. Doesn't matter. Yeah, well, that was the thing, Bob. The neon, you actually had a Plymouth neon and a Dodge neon same time.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. There wasn't that much difference between a car and a truck engine. The only difference is oil pans on them and pickups. That was about the only difference. They would take the same engine, and because we're the like the part for the K-frame and everything would be. It was a different spot on a car compared to a truck, so they had to have a different oil pan for the engine and a different pickup too. And they might have different exhaust manifolds. Other than that, same engine. Reason I know is because I used to have, back in the early 80s, I had a 64 Chevy, okay, 3/4 ton. Had a 327 in it. Blew the engine up. I went over, and a guy actually had a 55 or 56 Chevy, had 327 in it. It was a car. I picked the whole engine up for about 100, 150 bucks, put it right in the truck. I think all I do is change the oil pan. Crank, no. Crank, bearings, all that's the same. They didn't change them. There's no difference in truck engine compared to a car engine. Internally wise, they're all the same. I know guys that are taking they've taken a 440 and put it inside of a Dodge truck. No, internally they are the same. They are internally the same. You can take a car engine and you take car engine, put it in a truck engine into a car. It's the same thing. Transmissions are same.
Mm-hmm.
You could take a say a 727 transmission. That's for a small block. You can hook it up to 318 or 360. Didn't matter. The only thing different you're going to change is the only difference. Now, the only difference between 360 and 318, 318 is internally balanced engine, and 360 is external. So if you want to say take a three, I could take a 360 car engine. I go get up to a 318 transmission. Only thing I got to do is make sure I got the correct torque converter. Because the weight on the torque converter is the difference.
Layla, kitty, kitty.
318, that 5.2 318, I got my Dodge truck. It'll fit into a car, and that's a 97. I could probably go get a Hellcat engine out of a, say, a wrecked Challenger. I could put in that truck. It fit. I mean, there's not really much of a difference in transmissions. I mean, what I got is a 4-speed lockup. They put those in cars also. It doesn't matter if it's Chevy, Ford, or Dodge. There's not much difference in them. I mean, hell, that I had that Dakota pickup. The had a 5-speed tranny in it. Of course, it had a 4-speed or 4-cylinder. I wanted to get a used transmission from a junkyard. It actually came out behind a V6. Same transmission. Goes straight on up to the bell housing. Input, output, everything was the same on it. There was no difference. Except I had a 4-cylinder, that one came out behind a V6. Everything was the same. Like I said, the way they make them, interchangeable. Now, about the only thing you might have to do is, I know that cars, the way their exhaust manifolds are designed, they're designed to go down and in because of how much room they've got, whereas a truck can go straight down. So you can't use a truck exhaust and everything. Yep. Now, like I said, it depends upon if it's an internal or externally balanced engine. If it's an externally balanced engine, then you got to use the correct torque converter and everything. If it's an internally, you got to do the same thing. You cannot use, say, an externally balanced torque converter on an internally balanced engine. That way, that will destroy the engine. Because I do know that's what happened on that van that I had years ago. Had a 360 in it. Okay? Transmission undoubtedly went out before I got my hands on the van. They wound up putting they went up to the junkyard and got a transmission for it. They hooked everything up, used the torque converter, went with it. Problem was it was a 360, which meant it was externally balanced. They put a 318 in there, which was an internally balanced, so the balance was not on the torque converter. That's what ruined the engine and ruined the transmission. So So you got to know what you've got when you're doing the swap and stuff like that. It's going to be the same thing with Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Honda, all that stuff. You got to do your research and find out what you've got and go from there. Well, they might have. That's the only difference they would have done. It wouldn't have. The drive shaft might have been longer, but they would have used, say, heavier duty uh, U joints on it. That would have been the only difference there. It's like you're not going to take a good example. Say you've got a Chevy with a straight six in it, automatic, and mind you, pickup. Okay, so we're talking about a pickup. It's got straight six, automatic, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you get a good deal on a 454 that comes out of a car, transmission, everything. You can put it in there, but I guarantee you that drive shaft's not going to hook up to that transmission because it's a different transmission that way. And on top of that, even if it was the same, U joints are going to be a lot smaller. It's not going to be able to handle the power. Because that 454 or anything like that, that's got a lot more power going to it. So yeah, you're not going to be able to handle all that. The new joints and everything would just snap. They might last for a while, but you go to romping on it, and it's just it'll snap them. It's like trying to take, say, my Duster. If I take the 318 out, put a fully blown 454 in there, or put a fully blown 426 Hemi. That stock drive shaft ain't gonna work. All right, well, the bore might not be the same, but that means the stroke ain't gonna be the same either. You can come up with an engine that's a 350, but one might have a smaller bore, longer stroke than the other. They're still going to be coming up to a 350. That's how you come up with your cubic inches, bore and stroke. I mean, hell, I know GMC, they had a V6 years ago that was a 300. But Chevy also made a straight six that was a 300.
Thanks, Layla.
What you do?
Knock the grabber over.
Yeah.
What you want to do a smart thing like that for?
She was trying to scratch her chin up against it and it fell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing there. It doesn't matter. You got to figure out. Okay, good example. Look at the Cummins 5.9. That's a 360 cubic inch engine. Okay, Chrysler's got a V8 that's 360. Does that mean that both engines, one being a V8, the other one a 6, does that mean that they're both, the bore and stroke are the same? No. Even though they're both 360 cubic inches? Nope. That's true, Bob. If you can't get it on the ground, it don't matter. That's why if you look at top fuel dragsters and funny cars, they're pushing out over 10,000 horsepower, and look at all the problems they got going down the track. You see them lifting the front end. You'll see them smoking the tires going down the track. They have problems also. And how many millions of dollars do those teams go putting into them cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
Well, what's the radar? I just got a notification about the radar. Now, we've got our own YouTube channel that deals with our county, since we're not good enough for Dallas-Fort Worth to be talking about it.
Pitiful, pitiful.
Let's see what's up. Let me look at my radar.
Probably saying it's going to rain because I'm getting cold air coming in from the AC in the bedroom.
Yeah, I'm looking at, yeah, right now everything's getting hit up in the Carrollton and Plano area. About ready to hit Garland. They ain't hit Dallas yet. It's barely at LBJ as of right now. Yeah, we'll be getting hit.
Means
Trying
I'll
to
be
figure out
sleeping
when.
tonight then. All right. I'm going to go ahead and skip out because people are behaving and
Yeah.
I got to clean stuff up. So let me close. Y'all have fun.
Yeah,
Behave.
but
If
about
he has
11.
to come back in here and get you guys, I'm not going to be happy. God, you got less than 15 minutes.
About
I
12 minutes.
think 12
Yeah, I
minutes.
know.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can be adults, but
Who, me?
no,
It's
you
Arnie
I
you
know.
got to worry. Arnie's the one you got to worry about, not me.
Like you, I love you too, Bob, and I love you, Bill. Y'all guys have fun, but just for a little bit, behave. Now, once he gets backstage, that's on him. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Microsoft.
Oh, shut it down.
But yeah, according to what I'm seeing and everything, yeah, about 11 o'clock is when we're going to get hammered for a couple hours. So yeah, that's going to be fun getting out there in the dark. But I've got a way. I got that figured out. But yeah, oh, it might. But then you got to look at what kind of car you've got too. Now I was going to say I don't think your Audi would be able to do that with, say, up against a Ferrari, Porsche, or what's that? A Bugatti. Yeah, I'd like to see your Audi do that up against a Bugatti or a McLaren. Um, it definitely wouldn't. It probably wouldn't do it against a Tesla. Tesla would probably leave you right away. But that's the thing. You gotta look at, what kind of car you've got. Your car is built for speed and stuff like that. mean, yeah, I mean, hell, that truck I had, it had a 5.7 Hemi. I didn't make anything. Hey, there's my number one troll. I've been trying to figure out what's been going on. Trying to get my car to be able to get the check engine light to go out. P2017 is the code, and it's saying electrical issue going on with it. So exactly what it's going to take to get it fixed, I don't know. I've got the battery disconnected. I've got the computer disconnected. Um, all right, no problem, Bryn. Yeah, yeah. So I've been chasing the damn check engine light on this thing for several days now. I ain't got it figured out. But 2004, that's gone. All these other codes that came up when I took it over to AutoZone Monday, they're all gone. Now I've got another one, and it won't go away. I've got a scanner I picked up at O'Reilly's 42, almost 43 bucks. I can't get to clear the damn code. No, I'm not going to put a Toyota badge on it. Tell you what, I'll put a Toyota badge on mine if you put a Dodge on yours. I got it. I can probably go get me an Abrams M1 to take care of it, no problem. One round. That's all it takes. But yeah, I've got to get that thing figured out. I've got my bike already taken care of. Yeah, Toyotas aren't bad, provided you take care of them. I don't like I said, I don't care what kind of car it is. If you do the proper maintenance on it, like they say to do, it'll last a while. Yeah, I saw that, Bob. Yeah, that's a lot of miles on it. Let me see if I can do that.
Oh,
Yeah, but there's the odometer that Jungle Bob sent me. 402,000 miles on a Toyota. Yeah, I can believe it. Like I said, I mean, you can get a lot of miles out of cars, provided you, like I said, you do the scheduled maintenance that you're supposed to on them.
yeah.
I mean, Briggs. Hey, Briggs, you know all about big rigs getting 1,000,000 miles on them. Hell, they say 400,000 miles on a big rig. That's going to be nothing.
Yeah, my dad had a Chevy custom van and it hit over 1,000,000 miles. The odometer went back to 000 after 1,000,000.
Yep. Yep.
And then shortly after, someone smashed into it.
Oh. Like I said, I don't care what the kind of car it is, you know, who the make on it is. You can get, you know, all kinds of miles out of it. What was it? I see the guy. He had a little Honda. That's the only thing he had, and he had over 1,000,000 miles on it. I've seen some Volkswagens doing the same thing. Some Bugs that've got that many miles on them. Now, whether that's still original engine, I don't know. How many times they rebuilt it, I don't know. But as long as you do scheduled maintenance on a vehicle like that, you're going to get, you know, they're going to last.
Yeah, and basically all my dad does, he changed the oil on the regular schedule, changed the transmission fluid, and had the original engine, and just occasionally just had to replace something like the alternator or something like that.
Right.
Oh, and the water pump went out on it once too.
That's normal. I mean, water pumps are going to last a long time. So, oh, man. So then smoke got up here in my eye.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Get that every now and then. Of course, that's what I get for being a smoker.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I can believe that, Bob. But hey, anything can last. I don't care what it is. As long as you do the kind of mileage, you know, do the maintenance on it, and keep it up. Yeah. Thank goodness for me on that little solenoid. It's only 8mm and a 10mm. That's all I gotta have. Two bolts that are 10 and one that's an 8, and one connector. I'll look at that inside that wire connector and see what all I can find out.
Oh, what is this goofy thing doing?
True. That's why one thing for me, I'm wanting to see about trying to get my truck running. You gonna refill?
No.
Why?
Do I look like I love you that much?
Yeah. But all right, well, it's coming up on 9 o'clock. So, Arnie, you want to take us on out of here?
Yeah, I hope everyone stays safe and has a good night, and we'll catch you all on the rebound.
Yes, she does, Jungle Bob. She does. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody that's come in tonight. I'm gonna get out there here in a few minutes and do some more on that car before the rain all hits. See what I can get done on it. When I get it to work, I'll do a video on it. Of course, it won't be till tomorrow. But all right, I appreciate everybody that's been in here. Y'all have a safe rest of the weekend. I'll see y'all Monday, 7 o'clock Central. So everybody, stay safe. God bless, and have a good night.
Yeah, good night, everyone.